Hello yogis, my name is April and welcome to the Yoga Ranger Studio and welcome to this practice. As someone who has struggled with anxiety most of my life, I feel like there's a lot of different tips and tricks that I've learned over the years, and I continue to learn new ways to manage anxiety and panic attacks. And I wanted to share some of those with you today. So you may have all heard about the vagus nerve, and if you haven't, I'll give you a little background. The vagus nerve bundle is one of 12 cranial nerves. It is the 10th cranial nerve, and it is the one that is probably the longest and most extensive throughout your entire body. It touches your eyes, it's connected to your ears, your neck, down through your upper body, your heart, your liver, your stomach, your intestines. It regulates your digestion to some extent. It regulates your blood pressure and heartbeat. It regulates your liver's ability to process. So it affects a lot of different areas of your body. And so the vagus nerve, keeping it healthy and toned, can help you move from fight or flight, in that state of the sympathetic nervous system where you're on high alert, and downshift to the healing and restorative aspect of your parasympathetic nervous system. So when you're having anxiety, or you're feeling anxious, or you have a panic attack, this is a way to possibly try and help downshift yourself out of that high alert state. Another tool, another technique that you might try to see if it works. And it's one you can use anywhere, and it's super quick and easy. You don't need any equipment or anything at all. So we're going to start with just a simple eye practice. So this helps because the cranial nerve is attached to both eyes. And so when we take our eyes into a different position, we often, when we have a panic attack or are very anxious, we become tunnel vision oriented and we lose all sense of perimeter sight. And so when we activate that perimeter sight, we turn it back on, we kind of resettle. So we're going to keep your head facing directly forward, and if it helps to have a finger right out in front to kind of focus on, find a focal point, and then put that finger down. Now, a couple of different ways. You can just take your eyes and look over to the right, or if you want to, you can take your pointer finger and your thumb and bring them together. You don't want to look so far to the right that it makes you get sort of a headache or is uncomfortable, but enough to the right where you feel yourself looking off to the side. Now, I like to look a little bit up to the side, but find that place where you can sort of settle. And you're going to keep your head facing forward, your eyes over to the right. And after a while, you may notice that you blink really fast. When you feel that blink really fast, come back to center and switch over to the left. Same thing here if you want to take those fingers together, looking out over toward the left as far as you feel comfortable. Don't hold your breath. But sometimes it may take longer or shorter for that blinking to happen, but usually it does. Come back to center, take a couple of breaths here. We're going to do a little figure 8. So bring that pointer finger and that thumb together again. And we're just going to make little figure 8s and follow them with our eyes. You can make them big or small, just following nice and slow. Just 2 more breaths. And release down to the center. Take your hand into a little fist, but you're going to tuck the thumb in so it's on the inner top side. You have a little rubbing space here. We're going to come right to that center of that breastbone where there's like a little lift spot, a little circle. You're just going to take your hand and just start tapping. Now, at the beginning of anxiety or panic attack, I tap a lot faster. This is natural, okay? So if you feel like you want to tap, it's a real gentle tap, but if you're tapping really fast, that's okay. As time goes by, maybe you're going to feel like your taps slow down a little bit. Maybe getting slower and slower. You can do this for any amount of time. So you feel like that natural sort of slowing down just happens, where it's like every 1 in 4. And then you're going to take those same knuckles and rub that space, or you can take your whole palm, nice warm palm, feel the warmth of your palm just rubbing that space of your upper chest. You may be wondering, what does all of this do? We're activating the parasympathetic nervous system with toning the vagus nerve bundle. And we're also really kind of reconnecting ourselves with our body, with our breath, with our heartbeat, keeping that warm palm right at the center of the chest, feeling the warmth of your palm. And you can stay here as long as you like. Whenever you're ready to take that hand away, you can. Sometimes I'll be here for a while, especially if I'm really, really anxious or something's really upsetting. I will just keep that there, and I might even return back to the tapping if that feels intuitive for me. So try these 3 things. They can be done separately or together. I often find that this really helps me unwind and reminds me to come back to my body, because we tend to get sort of out there and we circle in our brains some horrible thing that might be happening and what we predict might be happening or think might happen. And this brings me back, because I'm actually activating awareness and that feeling. And it's also super calming to use tapping as a technique. Tapping really helps you reconnect to your body, and it also activates some nice little points here that help you calm and soothe your body down. So try these techniques. I do the eye one every single night before I go to bed, because a strong toned vagus nerve that helps us easily shift in and out of those 2 sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system, or autonomic nervous system, is really helpful. We want to be able to shift in and out of them with ease and quickly. And that's what a naturally healthy nervous system should do, is up and down whenever we need it. So I want to tone that. And it also helps me sleep incredibly well. So I will point out that really helps to sleep. And I honestly go to sleep with my hand on my chest too. I sleep on my back for the first hour or so, and I have my palm on my chest with the warmth of my hand. And it helps me kind of downshift into myself and really settle. So try it at night, try it anytime during the day. Use it when you have a panic attack or are anxious, or whenever you think to try it. It just really helps remind you to come back to that. And the more you use it, even when you're not absolutely needing to use it, the more you go to it when you do need it. It becomes intuitive to return to this. Thank you so much for joining Lucy and I. I hope this helps you. It's definitely helped me over the last year or so, so I'm offering a little suggestions for you, some more things for your toolbox. Have a great week.